Welcome back to the Sports Source. Folks, I mentioned it a minute ago, you can send us your questions to SSDN questions, Sports Source Digital Network questions at gmail.com. Please include your first and last names and your town. We like to throw that in. And then we do a Q&A show every 2 or 3 weeks over there on the network where we just sit there around for about an hour and just kick around your questions and answer them. Chuck, you were in on the last one. Jimmy and Ryan Callahan. David Ubbins done it with us. So send us your questions to ssdnquestions at gmail.com. And in case you're wanting to follow us, there are 3 different ways. One, you can follow the original YouTube channel. It's orange. If you look up YouTube, if you just search Sports Source TV, it'll pop up. You can go by name at the Sports Source 8330. You can find it, and that's one way you can always, if you ever miss the show, if you're ever out of town, you can catch it there on YouTube. We've also got the digital network channel we're talking about. We just jumped ahead, but that's okay. And then below that, we also had Facebook, which is new, so you can just search Sports Source Digital Network and follow us on Facebook. We just launched that. Heck, if you follow us, you may be number 4. So go for it, get in early. And then finally, what is the Sports Source Digital Network? It's basically a regional sports network focused on Knoxville and East Tennessee, but it's completely free. So many people think that subscribe means you pay for something. It's basically just a follow. So on YouTube, we're featuring your favorite Sports Source people there. We all got our different shows, bringing you hours of extra programming every week. You come there, you hit subscribe, and all it does is it tells you, hey, there's something new. Watch it, don't watch it. It just tips you off. So the Sports Source Digital Network. Hey, they got something new. All right, but you don't have to pay nothing. Don't cost nothing. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at NFL picks from the SEC since 2021. Since Josh Heupel arrived, Tennessee ranks 9th, tied for 9th in the SEC in terms of the amount of pro talent they have spat forth. Auburn, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Texas A&M all equal with 15. They are behind Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, Kentucky, South Carolina. Part of that is what he inherited, there's no question. At the same time, I don't know how many recruits are out there thinking, yeah, but he only got this many guys when he started. So if you're looking at, we always talk about Georgia and Alabama get a discount in the NIL because they're pro factories. All right, is this year's draft important or no? It's not important for Josh Heupel in Tennessee based on these numbers. Yay or nay?
Nay.
Not important.
Nay. I don't think it's important. I think you can build a good team without having to be the best drafted team. Okay, what come first, the chicken or the egg? You recruited guys good enough to get to the NFL, so your draft numbers are way high. Or our draft numbers were way high, and we were able to get a bunch of guys going to the NFL. I'm going to go with the chicken came first.
And then he crossed the road for some reason to get his egg.
No, because this used to be the story of who can get me to the NFL so I can get a first large payday. Now with NIL, it's I'm willing to go anywhere who's got the highest dollar value, and I'm essentially betting on myself that I can get to the next level.
I think the top end, I would disagree only with the top end talent. I think the top end talent is still sitting there saying, yes, I want paid now, but I want to be a first round draft pick.
And that's why, can you put me in the league? Yeah, I think there is some importance there. And the importance to me is you don't want to be behind Kentucky, South Carolina, and Auburn and players.
I think
you're
tied with Auburn. But
but it matters too because that's what a parent is going to say or a player is going to say, NIL dollars, can you help me get to the league?
Does it matter, Josh?
I think it matters. Yeah, it's not everything, but Georgia's there for a reason. They have a ton of talent. I don't mean to balk at the chicken or the egg idea there.
Nice.
But you've got to be kidding.
Dad joke. Very nice.
No. The closer you can inch there, the better off you can be in the transfer portal if it's you versus an LSU, an Ohio State, because Tennessee is in the mix with those programs and trying to land some players.
Yes.
That's recruiting. There's a highly touted running back. Dylan Sampson getting drafted perhaps helps. So it's not everything, but if you can inch closer to the top, I do think that matters.
Yes, I agree. I think it matters because, as you say, you're now competing. We've waited for them to recruit with the big boys. Now you're recruiting with the big boys. All right, are you going to have to continue to just throw out a lot more NIL than they are? Or are you going to be able to say, hey, we can get you the NFL same way they can? So I think it does matter. All right. Closing thoughts?
I'm going to stick with it plays a role.
Okay.
But I mean, if you've got 10 things go into the mix, I don't think that's one of the more
Good. That killed the 10 seconds that I needed to waste.
Yeah.
Excellent. I shut up way too early was the problem. Thanks for
job,
watching.
Bob.
We'll see you next Sunday right back here on the Sports Source. Thanks to all these guys. Thanks to our sponsors. Check out the new digital network on YouTube. See you next week.